What happens when the tribal chief refuses to accept defeat, defies every odd that has been thrown at him, and walks back onto Monday Night Raw with a lineup so powerful and intimidating that the entire WWE locker room suddenly looks like it's standing on shaky ground? Roman Reigns has just made a return that will go down as one of the most seismic moments in modern WWE history, not quietly, not cautiously, but explosively, and he did not come alone. At his side were Jimmy and Jey Uso, the brothers who had once been torn from his empire but are now bound tighter than ever, and looming behind them like a living nightmare was the devastating Jacob Fatu, a man whose arrival in WWE has already sparked whispers of chaos and destruction. Their presence ahead of Wrestlepalooza has sent tremors across the industry, and every fan, every superstar, and every executive knows one undeniable truth. This is not just a comeback. This is an act of war, a statement of dominance, a thunderous warning that the Bloodline is not only back, but more dangerous, more unpredictable, and more united than it has ever been. And before we peel back the layers of this electrifying moment, don't forget to hit that subscribe button right now. Smash the like button if you're hyped for this new era of destruction, and ring that bell so you never miss a single update, because what we are witnessing is history unfolding in real time. If you want to stand with the most dominant family in wrestling history, make sure you're repping the Roman Reigns OTC1 collection. Grab the Usos for Life shirts and Jacob Fatu's explosive All Gas No Brains merch. Links are in the description. Support the channel and show the world that you stand tall with the Bloodline. The wrestling world is still trembling from the emotional and almost surreal backstage confrontation between Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, but Roman has just raised the game beyond comprehension. By marching onto Raw with his blood brothers and unveiling Jacob Fatu as the Bloodline's newest enforcer, he has transformed the landscape of WWE overnight. The Bloodline is officially reassembled, and they are marching toward Wrestlepalooza with vengeance in their eyes and destruction in their hearts. The challenge facing WWE's roster right now isn't just big. It's monumental. It's catastrophic because Seth Rollins and his faction, already struggling to balance egos, injuries, and internal tension, must now attempt to survive against a family that has reconciled, rebuilt, and evolved into a force of nature. The second the Bloodline's new theme music hit, the atmosphere shifted into something apocalyptic, and the crowd erupted in shock and awe as Roman Reigns appeared at the top of the ramp, still leaning on a crutch, but walking with unshakable purpose, flanked by Jimmy, Jey, and the terrifying Jacob Fatu. Cameras caught Seth Rollins and his group frozen in stunned disbelief as Roman stepped into the ring and grabbed the microphone, his voice cutting through the noise like a knife. "You thought you broke us. You thought you could divide this family. We're not just back. We're stronger, we're hungrier, and we're coming for everything." The arena shook as Roman's words echoed like thunder, and just when it felt like the crowd couldn't take more, Jacob Fatu stormed forward, delivering a fiery, venomous promo of his own, vowing to dismantle anyone foolish enough to cross their path, promising a trail of broken bodies and shattered dreams. His intensity, his raw power, and his unpredictable fury instantly transformed the Bloodline into something even Roman himself had never wielded before. This wasn't just a reunion. This wasn't just a comeback. This was the birth of a new dynasty within a dynasty, a faction that now blends cunning strategy, unshakable loyalty, and raw destructive force. With Wrestlepalooza looming like a storm cloud, the Bloodline stands ready not only to reclaim its dominance, but to settle scores in ways that will shake WWE to its foundation. Sources from backstage are already revealing chaos, with Paul Heyman reportedly in full-blown panic, scrambling to patch together alliances as his empire crumbles, while Seth Rollins is said to be locked in frantic strategy meetings, desperately recalculating a plan to counter a threat that looks unstoppable. Social media is exploding, hashtags are trending, theories are flying, and fans are debating whether this could mark the dawn of the Bloodline's most dominant and untouchable era yet. The truth is undeniable. Roman Reigns returning to Raw with the Usos and Jacob Fatu has reignited a fire that no one thought possible, and it has set the stage for what could be the most unforgettable showdown in the history of Wrestlepalooza. The message to the locker room, to WWE management, and to the fans has been delivered loud and clear. Underestimate the bloodline at your own peril. If this resurgence has you hyped, if you feel the energy of history rewriting itself before our very eyes, then smash that like button, subscribe to the channel for more shocking updates, and hit that notification bell because we're only just getting started. The question now echoes across every arena, every screen, and every corner of the wrestling world. Who, if anyone, can stop this new incarnation of the bloodline? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let us know who you think has the guts to challenge them, and let's keep this conversation raging as the road to Wrestlepalooza burns hotter than ever. What happens when the tribal chief defies every odds stacked against him and storms back onto Monday Night Raw with a lineup so powerful that the entire WWE locker room is shaking in fear? Roman Reigns has just made his earth-shattering return, not alone, but flanked by the Usos and the monstrous Jacob Fatu, and this arrival ahead of Wrestlepalooza has detonated shockwaves throughout the WWE universe. This isn't a comeback that whispers, it's a comeback that roars, a declaration of dominance that makes one thing very clear. The bloodline is not only alive, it is stronger than ever before. And before we dive deeper into this jaw-dropping story, don't forget to smash that subscribe button, hit the bell so you never miss an update, and rep the most dominant faction in wrestling history by grabbing the Roman Reigns OTC 1 collection, the Usos for Life merch, and Jacob Fatu's all gas, no brains gear. Links are below. Support the channel and stand tall with the bloodline. The WWE Universe is still reeling from that emotional backstage confrontation between Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, but Roman just raised the stakes to a level no one could have predicted by marching back onto Raw with his blood united and a terrifying new weapon at his side in Jacob Fatu. The bloodline has officially reassembled, and they are marching toward Wrestlepalooza with vengeance burning in their veins. The problem for WWE's roster is now catastrophic because Seth Rollins' faction, already battling internal fractures and outside pressure, must now prepare to face a family that has not only reunited, but evolved into something far more dangerous. The arena atmosphere flipped on its head the second the new Bloodline theme thundered through the speakers and Roman Reigns appeared, still walking with a crutch but radiating authority, flanked by Jimmy Uso, Jey Uso, and Jacob Fatu, whose very presence seemed to cast a shadow over the ring. The camera captured the stunned silence on Seth Rollins' face as Roman grabbed the microphone and declared with authority, "You thought you broke us. You thought you see."